Hey guys, good afternoon. How's everyone doing? It's Friday. We're getting ready for the weekend, but I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about order management, okay, and how this plays into logistics and how, as organizations, right, when you receive that order from your customer, how you're going to manage it. And if you recall in a few videos prior, we talked about getting a forecast from them. So that forecast signals to you that there's going to be demand. But then on top of that, they're going to start to place orders, okay? And what do they look like and what information do you need to take in? So let's get into it. So first and foremost, order management. I've listed down here all the criteria you're going to need. But first is, in no particular order, quantity. How many cases or buckets or bags or whatever you package your product in, getting the right quantity, okay? The product name, whatever product is you sell, you might have 1, 15, 1,000 SKUs, making sure you get the right SKU correct, okay? How much is it gonna weigh, okay? Each one of those packages or however you package it has a certain weight. And if they order with you based on weight size or buckets and you have to know that, you gotta make sure that's correct in your system, okay? Price. Now, maybe for certain customers, you have certain discounts or different prices. You wanna make sure you have that correct, okay? Customer name, ship to destination. Now this is important because you might have a customer name and let's just say they have a certain, they have a headquarter wherever, but you're not shipping their headquarters. They might have multiple locations throughout the US. So you wanna make sure you get the proper ship to destination, okay? Routing. How are you going to route this shipment? Are you going to route it truckload? Are you going to route it LTL, small parcel? What's the quantity size? That will dictate possibly your routing, okay? Customer PO. So most ERPs or most systems will give you a purchase order. That way the customer has it as a reference. You have it as a reference in your system. The ship date, okay? And what is going to determine the ship date most likely will be that customer's must arrive by date, or we say MABD date, okay? Or promise date. That is going to dictate when you need to ship the product by to make sure you have enough transit to hit their due date, okay? Freight cost, you want to have an idea of what that's going to cost. The reason you're going to want to know that is because when you ship product to them, the terms are going to dictate that freight cost. I'm sorry, the terms are going to dictate who pays the freight cost, okay? So if it's prepaid, you're paying that to the carrier and then in turn you're billing your customer back. Or it's collect, where it's being delivered to the customer and they're paying the carrier. Okay? And the billing information. How are you going to bill that? What are your terms? Maybe it's 30 days, 45 days, whatever you have, okay? So once you have all this essentially in your CRM or your ERP system, okay, what does success look like? Well, when you bring logistics into play, we call it the 7 rights of logistics, all right? And what that is making sure it's the right product. So coming back over here to where you have your product name, okay? You're making sure you get the right product, okay? The right condition. And what that means is it's arriving and it's not damaged. It's not, there's no indication that's been tampered with or ruined in transit, okay? You're going to make sure, is it the right customer? Okay? So again, we come over here to customer. I'm sorry, my marker did not write. Customer name, right? You're going to the right customer, okay? Right quantity. And again, you come back up here where we talked about initially the first component of order management. How many cases, buckets, bags, whatever you're putting that in, okay? The right cost, all right? So again, making sure that you're billing that customer, you're getting billed the right price for freight and in turn you're billing that correct price to your customer, okay? Right location. So again, we come back over here to the ship to destination. You're making sure that's correct, okay? And it's delivering at the right time. What I mean by that is going back to that customer's due date. We looked at the ship date and we're working backward. We looked at the due date, we work backwards, how many days transit, and that sets your ship date. So in turn, we're able to deliver this at the right time, okay? So that's a very general overview of how you manage orders and then how logistics comes into play to make sure that order is successfully delivered to your customers. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like, guys. Thanks.